Is they gotta put in a new system and something else. I don't know. It seemed kind of fishy to me, but it is what it is. We back. And they gonna be knocking on the door and be in there for a minute too, so we just gonna ignore them. Lord forgive me, because it wasn't the lady upstairs. But she do be doing stuff. So it wasn't her. So I repent of the statement, but she be doing stuff. Same craziness. Hey y'all. So I'll be interrupted here in a minute, but we not gonna get off. We just gonna let them do what they gotta do in there. She do be doing stuff. She do. She lets her dogs run up and down the hallway and weird stuff. Like, that's why I quit even like closing my doors loudly, because as soon as she hear me walking in the area, she in there in that area. If I go cook, now she walking in the kitchen. I don't even know how you hear me under you, but it's weird. That's why I quit like going out on my balcony and stuff. Cause every time I go out there, she open the door, ear hustling. Like, it's weird. Weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why I like living in a certain type of space. But the Lord put me where He put me for right now, and I'm not gonna complain. But honey, mm-mm. You said I've been searching for you for so long. That shadow. You said you were something because all of a sudden I see your videos popping up. I've been searching for you for almost a year. No way. On TikTok or YouTube? Which one? I told y'all they was gonna hide me. Y'all didn't believe me. Oh yeah, no, they haven't been behind us. We ain't been over here. We ain't been over here. We been on YouTube. But I told y'all that. I told y'all TikTok was going away. I said it for like over 6 months. Y'all should have known when I took all my videos down and all of that stuff. We ain't been over here. But you could have looked for us on we've been having YouTube ever since. For that specific reason. For when they start doing that crazy stuff over here. And we wouldn't even be on there for months at a time at first. Because we went to fan base and a couple other places, but we've been on YouTube the whole time. Yeah, we ain't stopped being on YouTube. Hey, Pumpkin. Kept refreshing because they didn't notify me this time. Y'all know they not. Y'all know they not gonna tell y'all. Y'all already know what they on. Again, they hiding us for a reason. They being. I told y'all they was gonna do it though. Hey Trina. I told y'all they was gonna do it. Yeah. Good morning, Tendra. Good morning, everybody. We already was on, but some people knocked on my door and it was loud. They drilling through the something. Baby, I don't know. They spooked the heck out of me though. I already been having some weird stuff happen. Oh, my coffee. I left it in my room. They gonna be back anyway here in a minute. But we was reading and we about to finish. But they already been playing with the stuff, so we gonna wait a couple minutes for everybody to get back in here. Hold on, y'all. That's crazy. Oh, I don't like people knocking on my door, baby. I don't like visitors. Okay, well, I'm happy you found us too. You said even when I searched you on YouTube, it would send me to someone else. It would send you to somebody. I believe it. I've been trying to tell y'all. They been know who I was before I got over here on TikTok. I kept trying to tell y'all that. And I just realized the reason why. Because the business that I started would have been in JE's business. Now I realize why. Yep. I started a watch company for abducted children where you could track them out of the country and everything. That was my business back in 2012. And now I see why I caught so much flack about like trying to get that product out. It was difficult, and now I understand why. Because I would have been in official business that I shouldn't have been in. And that's why them people made me register as a political, like, independent party and all of it. It was crazy. I said, this is stupid. I'm just trying to help the kids. No, you're in our business now. You're in our business, so now I see why it was so much pushback over my product. I get it now. Anyway, back to what we was doing. They gonna knock on my door somewhere in a minute. Uh, like right now. Hold on. All right, y'all. Sorry. So, hey, Rizzy Busy. Okay, so what was I going to say? Oh, we're getting back to it, and we're gonna be in the New Testament Apocrypha. Okay, book 2. New Testament Apocrypha, book 2. Okay, y'all heard me. Some of y'all was already in here. Let me know when y'all got it. Some of y'all already do. I know y'all already got it, but I know y'all might have to go get it. If you ready, if you was in class earlier, I already know you ready because you had it open. But y'all, you ready, Rizzy Busy? Y'all ready? Okay. Here we go. We're on page 592. Okay, we're on page 592 of the New Testament Apocrypha, book 2. Okay. So it says, and they will be subject to Caesar as they were before, paying the poll taxes of their city, gold and silver. And the leaders of the towns will be condemned, and they will fill the treasuries of the kings with their payment. Does that sound familiar? Use your words carefully too. Don't say, just say yes or no. Does that, you said, I got notes on these pages. Good job. Good job. Well, just, you let me get to it. I love you. I figured you did. I figured all of y'all because I know my class. Okay, thank you. Okay. It says, for there will be great disturbance throughout all the people. The house of God will perish in the wilderness, and their altars will be abhorred, so that a spider will weave its web within it. Now, tell me again where Jesus was born. Right. So, but the area. Rochelle got it. Right. He was born in the cave too. Good morning. Do we know where he was born? Some of us do, some of us don't. It's important. Yeah, but the country. Y'all sleep? Palestine. Okay. So do you think that somewhere in there where Jesus might have lived has been destroyed? So there could be a deeper meaning into what we just read. Good morning. There could be a deeper meaning into what we just read, like God was trying to tell us where, okay, there was going to be destruction. Could there be the house of the Lord? Not necessarily the church or the temple, but where he lived. No? Because if Palestine is being destroyed right now, and that's where Jesus was born, and we know that he lived there different times. He lived in Egypt, he lived a couple other places, but mainly he was living there. Then 9 times out of 10, wherever he lived has been destroyed. Because they had ancient burial things and different caves and stuff like that in that area. But all of Palestine is being, a lot of it is being ruined at this very moment. Okay? All of it. Right? So they don't say, oh, this area, they're going to tell us everything about, like, if they say there was, they might tell us the city, right? But it still says there's a disaster in Texas, right? Or Oklahoma had a disaster, this type deal, right? So some things, yes, they're local, but for the most part, if it's going to come across the news and it's nationally, they're going to say, or internationally, they'll say the state of or the country of experience such and such, right? Y'all with me? Okay. Okay. So I don't think that it was just talking about his house. Okay. It says the house of God will perish in the wilderness, and their altars will be abhorred, so that the spider will weave its web within it. The place of holiness will be corrupted. The priesthood will be polluted. Do you think that that's happened? Do you think that the priesthood of God has been diluted? Yes. The lineage and what he created has been intermingled with a whole bunch of mess. right? And it's across all the lines. You didn't even get a notification. Stomped all over it. That part. Ooh, excuse me. All right, I ate some spicy food last night. I'm paying for it today. Here we go. It says the place of holiness will be corrupted, the priesthood will be polluted, zeal will be broken, and virtue will be diminished. Joy will perish, and gladness will depart. In those days, evil will abound, and there will be favoritism or racism. Right? Huh? Yes, it's going on right now. Racism is a form of favoritism because you look a certain way or you have a certain stature, you're going to be able to do certain things. Favoritism, same thing. Thank you, sir. You hear me? It's the same thing. And we are seeing it in every country. The entitlement, people be feeling, ooh wee. Here we go. And it's not just happening in America. It's everywhere right now. Is it not? Hello? Y'all heard me? Y'all still here? It's everywhere, but it's always against a certain type of looking people. And at different times, it's been other ways. Okay? Just want to see. It says, in those days, evil will abound, there will be favoritism, and truth will be no more. Truth will be no more. Do you think that that's happening right now? It's hard to find the truth right now. You literally have to go looking for it. It's not just right in your face. Well, some truths are, but for the most part, if you want to find the truth of anything, and with the emergence of AI, it's even harder, right? You have to, I mean, you said it's it's literally allegory of the cave. Listen, it is of the cave. The truth is a fishing expedition. You said yes. The truth tellers are being hidden by the algorithm. You said explain, Riz. You said yes. It's getting harder to recognize the truth. Oh. You talking about with Adam and Eve and them trying to understand? You said finally able to get back in. Listen, y'all know they be hiding us. Y'all already know they be hiding us. So let me ask you a question. Why do you think that they want the truth to be hidden? Do you think it's for us to be distracted, to not understand the time? You said the allegory of the cave is a story about a man who's in a cave with his hands tied behind him. Oh. And he stands up to realize he's not chained to anything. He leaves the cave and sees that. Oh, okay. You said power. Thank you, Pumpkin, because I thought you were talking about Adam and Eve. Control and corruption. Okay. You said, I think it's a control thing. Salvation is the truth, death is in the lies. Interesting. Thank you, Pumpkin. You said yes, to be distracted for their agenda. Do you feel like the world is distracted? Got it. I got it, Pumpkin. Thank you. It's like the horse in the chair. It's not really tied to anything, but it'll sit there because it can see that string right there, even though it can run with the chair. You said not only that. They don't want us to believe in the Almighty. You said they want us distracted, looking outward, not inward. Also, books are being destroyed. Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you feel like they there's a lot of people that are dealing with unbelief right now? More so that there are Christians and people that do not believe the word of God. Yes or no? Like they say they're Christian, but if you tell them these things that are in this book are happening, they will tell you not yet. You said absolutely, but it's fear, not because there's no evidence. You said yes, they'll even try to hurt you. Interesting. Too many people with their head in the sand. Right. But did God describe this to us? He said they got eyes, but they're not going to be using them. And you can try to tell them, but they won't be listening. Because if they did, they would go ahead and repent and get their life right real quick. Because he said that it's going to come on, unbelief and desensitized. Some don't read the book. They just go to church for the music. And they want to shout hallelujah and dress real good because the church then turned into the club. Never mind. You can go get your little drink or something and get your little something to eat. Fraternize with your friends. Make sure your outfit is together. Listen to some music. Somebody gonna talk on the mic like the DJ, and boom, you going home. You said Christians, I believe, read the word but don't believe the word. Interesting. For a social club, yeah, they don't go there to learn. Cause how is it that so many don't know what's happening? So what are you learning there? When you read the word, it should open your eyes up wider and wider and wider and wider. Wider, right? You said old school church gone. Listen, they only know what is said in the church. People aren't reading to show themselves approved. Nico said exactly. And we're not knocking the church, but if what you are hearing doesn't want you to go, make you want to go deeper and search deeper into the word, what's the point? You can worship at home. You said lazy, wanting to be taught. Interesting. You said right. When I was feeling conflicted about this show, and you brought me back to reality when you said, remember who was in charge of girl. He always gonna twist it. You said don't even feel goosebumps when you go to church now. Ooh. He said it, not me. But that part. That part. The Spirit of God, they be dry. You said everything has a backstory, including the Bible. There's so much more text that break it down. Yeah, but you have, yeah, true. The Spirit is not there, and it's spooky because they've been able to mimic it. Gift of God said that, and then he said, whoever said that, I seconded, and Mr. Gentleman did too. You said I actually went to an event with free drinks and social. It was at a church. Get out fast. Ooh. Let's keep on reading. Y'all ready? I okay. I'll be trying to tell y'all. Here we go. Woo! All right. It says, truth will be no more, and covetousness will abound, and an upright priesthood will not be found. What does it mean to covet? What's the definition of covet? Oh, sorry, y'all. You said, yes, it's true. It's a literal fight to feel God's presence in the church. I left drained instead of lifted up. I was telling my mom about not feeling, um, you said, Hoshana, you said, the Shekinah, glory anymore, and she didn't even know what that was. Whoa. To covet means to strongly wish to have something that belongs to someone else, to desire or crave. Do you think that people want what other people have right now? Also, one of the first sins, yes. Yes. You said wishing and wanting others' things. Ooh, yearn to possess or to have something interesting all the time. You said it's the same people and the same sermons in rotation, not bringing nobody to Christ. Ooh, to feel inordinate desire for what belongs to another. Ooh, girl, I know they don't teach about a lot of stuff. Interesting, interesting. Okay, all right, here we go. It says, suddenly, near the last time, a king will arise, a lover of the law. He will not rule for long. He will leave two sons. The first is named after the first letter. What's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet? What's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet? Shh, shh. My notes start there. Aleph. Okay. All right. Um. All right. It says the first is named after the first letter. The second after the eighth. What is the eighth letter of the Hebrew alphabet? Hi, Rika. Hold on, Nisi Boo. You gonna be uh-huh. Anybody know the eighth letter? No, we only been on 28 minutes because we had to get off because there's some maintenance going on in here. You right on time, sis. Come on in. We just got started. Okay. 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 All right. We on page 592. You said chat meaning life, a threshold, doorway, or transcendence beyond nature. Ooh. Ooh. Right. Right. And that's where my notes is. Okay. Good job. Interesting that means that, right? A doorway. Does that have any relevance to anybody's life? Has everything to do with mine. You said mine too. We right there together, Nisi Poo. I'm telling you, great minds think alike. They do. Okay. 509. Book 2 of NTP. Book 2. So New Testament Apocrypha, Book 2. Hey. Okay. So it says, and the first will die before the second. Okay? It says, thereafter, two princes will arise to oppress the nations. Interesting. I need you to write down oppressed nations. Write that on your paper. Oppressed nations. And then give me the definition for being oppressed. And then also, I know it's really simple, write down the definition for nations. I gotta run to the restroom, y'all. Oppressed nations. If you can, write a little sentence about what that means to you. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. They gonna be in and out of my apartment. I figured they had my door open. Oppressed means treated in a cruel, unjust, or unfair way by someone in power. Interesting. Oppression means cruel, unfair, unjust, an authority to keep a person in a group down. Okay. And so then nations is what? You said oppressed nations are countries, territories, or distinct ethnic and cultural groups that experience systematic subjugation, economic exploitation, and political domination by a dominant external power or imperialist state. Hey. And then the definition of nations. What's the definition of nations? What we got? A large group of people united by shared culture, language, history, or ancestry. Interesting. So, do you think now that the nations are being oppressed? Do you think that's relevant to 2026? It's not something that just started, but I think the world has become more aware of it. A large body of people associated with the particular territory that is sufficiently conscious of its unity to seek or possess a government peculiarly its own. One half who feel a strong bond and a common identity. Interesting. It's mainstream now. Okay. All right, let's keep going. All right, here we go. It says, thereafter two princes will arise to oppress the nations, under whose days there will be a very great famine in the south. Nation will rise against nation, and the people will be driven out from their own borders. Happening? Is that why they hid these books? Is this happening right now? People are being pushed out from their own borders everywhere around the world. Interesting. Okay. It says, again, another king, a cunning man, will arise, and he will command a golden image of Caesar to be made, so that one is bidden to worship it in the house of God. Now, why is that wild? That you would put a golden image in the house of God. Why is that crazy? Right, Rika. Why is that wild? That a graven image, because he wants to be praised, he wants to be the right. But I'm saying, why would you put a statue of Caesar in the house of God? Why would you do that? Because God literally said, don't make any graven images. Idolatry in the house of God. Exactly. You said because it's idolizing and deceptive. Interesting. Okay. It says, and martyrdom will abound. Like, did they not learn anything from Aaron and the calf? No, they didn't. Pumpkin. Okay. So, can you tell me the definition of martyrdom or martyr? What's the definition of martyrdom or martyrs? Or Nebuchadnezzar, right? Or any of the leaders from back in the day. Listen. Also, they just hear us. You said no, that they've been showing us Caesar. Yeah. You said martyrdom, the suffering. You said of death on account of adherence to a cause, especially to one's religion. Interesting. You said they let us know. Uh-huh. You said also to go with their right. Right. So do you feel like there's going to be a lot of martyrs coming up for Christ here shortly? Do you think that people are going to be killed for their faith in Yahshua, Yahweh, all the names that you know them by, Jesus? Interesting. Actually, people are already being right. Riz, can you stay out of my head today? Come on. Here. Where is my? Come on. Come on, girl. Come sit by the teacher. Let's go. Get your bag. Come on. I see you've been in my notes. You've been in my notes. Come on. Come on. Get your stuff up here. Get your bag. Get your juice box. Get your popcorn. I seen you. Come on. This girl. Goodness gracious. Auntie was all in it early. It is. It is. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. It says, then faith will return to the servants of God, and holiness will be multiplied, and zeal will increase. So there's going to be some type of event that shocks some people and wakes them up and says, oh, fertilizer, God is sooner to come than I thought. Folks are going to stop doing certain things. Right? Or no? It's a lot of people right now that are turning back to God. Especially, folks want to clown on the young folks, but the young folks is on fire for God right now. It's a lot of young and turned people, but it's a lot of young people that's getting into, and they're looking up words, and they are researching, and they are buying old books and everything. All of these young people are not out here just mindless behavior and repeating what they hear. It's a lot of people that are researching for themselves. Listen, it's a lot of young people out here, they digging. Because guess what? Maybe because God can't move the old people, and they're so set in their freaking ways that they won't hear nothing else. You ain't gonna tell me I've been in church for 45 years and ain't learned nothing. You still can't tell me when Eve died. You still can't tell me when Cain died. You've been in church for 97 years. Tell me when Eve died, because I know. Tell me how many other children Adam and Eve had. I'm just saying. Your tenure in your church does not determine the amount of information that God gives you. And don't care to tell you either. And don't. It really, some steppers out here for Christ. We do not play. Come on. I want to know. You said just blatant disregard to seek and find. Right. Thank you. So then you get mad at the young people when they want to go looking. Young folks are waking up. They are. Thank you, Vonda. Young folks are waking up. That's why you see all these young people online having Bible studies. Even if they're just telling you what they learning, God is revealing stuff to them. Because the old folks don't want to hear nothing. Baby, you can't tell them nothing. They saved and sanctified. You cannot tell them anything. They will not listen. And it's so sad because they won't even listen to the scripture. Do you understand? Something that they have been carrying around and about to slap people upside the head with. They don't even understand the scripture that they read. You said they be having church on roadblocks. Listen. I believe it. I mean, you see that one boy, DDG's brother-in-law, he was a YN at first, him and that girl, and got married and everything. You said they are taking one step and God is clearing the path for them. I'm trying to tell you. They don't understand the scriptures they repeat. Listen. Androids. Y'all, we done did it in here. We all come from different religious backgrounds. Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, Catholic, Apostolic, PAW, you non-denominational. Good morning, Isabel. You said, I don't personally think that most people going to church really read. They just listen to the sermon. Oh, I know. Who remembers the exercise when we started this a couple years ago? And I said, for a month, every Sunday, pick a different person. And after, when you know they done got out of church and got off their church clothes, ask them what the word was about. I bet you they won't be able to tell you. I bet you they won't be able. They could tell you the song that was sung, though, but they can't tell you what the scripture was about. You said yes. It's most definitely a shift in the atmosphere. My 11-year-old ran in my room this morning and said, "Hurry up, Mama. Let's pray. The bus coming. Come on, baby." He said, "Listen, I'm going to school with crazy folks." Pray. Where is the oil at, Mom? Get me together. You said, or what the pastor was wearing. Oh, yeah, they can tell you what mother had on. Ooh, she was sharp today, baby. You should have seen her hat and them shoes. Tough. Okay, they know who looked a mess and who was off key in the choir, but ask them about that scripture, baby. They don't know. You said it's a ritual for them. It is. You said, I still do that. Pastor preached today. Oh, yeah, what was the word about today? Oh, I can't remember right now. And you just left church. When I say I used to hit them with it like, because I got pastors and stuff in my family. I come from a saved and sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, according to Acts 2:38. You can't tell me nothing about holiness, honey. I come from that kind of family. You hear me? At what pants? Hey, good evening, Annalise. You couldn't, honey, they'll quote a scripture and then tell you how they'll put a curse on you in a minute. My God, I'll strike you down dead. Oh, so you cursing me now. But you was just speaking in tongues. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Please. You said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He did, Thomas. He did. You said just walked out of church happy and clueless after handing them people your last 100. Can't tell you what was talked about, but remember to go to Pastor's birthday dinner, baby, and start saving and buying their outfits 6 weeks in advance. 6 months, depending on how close they is, which it is. And that's why they don't like us over here, because we get to doing, honey. And do. Listen. Listen. So now do y'all understand why I was so happy to meet all of you? People that actually wanted to learn and wanted to listen. Right? And look at where God, look at, we can't even weigh the amount of information that God has allowed us to find. And it has not made us crazy. It has not pushed us away from him. Like they've been telling us. I know they told us, oh, we don't read them books, honey. You look up, you be crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. You be worshiping all kind of other guys and stuff. You need to stay right here with what we know. You said the children are finding the Heavenly Father, yeah, for themselves. My granddaughter friend mother keeps telling her God is not real. She came to me and I just told her to pray and pray for her mother. Yes. Yes. You said I call them people pew sitters and box checkers. Went to church, check. Good for the week. Mm-hmm. You said they opened my eyes. Listen, I can't go back to the crazy life. I don't want to. Just going to church and saying I went, not learning nothing. Yes. But and also understand that right now, being a Christian is popular. Right before this, being a witch was popular. Right before this, being a witch and looking into other gods and all of that stuff, it was very popular right before this. When I got over here, it was real popular. That you saw more of that than you did people teaching. It was the old people online teaching. You said, okay, I'm like, I found my tribe. You said, I'm not a weirdo and my experiences be real and do. You said, and the new ageism is crazy, right? Right. Mm-mm. You said being a Christian also makes you a target. It does. You said, I can't go back to the spirits. The entities. Uh-oh. You said there was inside of me multiple entities. I can't go back. That part, auntie. Ain't nobody trying to go back. I was talking to God about that earlier. Like, where would I go? What would I do? I'd be so awkward in the world. You said there was a lot of God rocks definitions. I remember. Uh-oh. You said my closet is full of suits I don't use now. That part. That part. I gave most of my church clothes away. I just gave them. I ain't wearing them nowhere. You said that's what I keep telling some of my folks. You have to test the fruit. Everybody out here saying praise God ain't talking about the God you think they are, girl. Girl. Mm. Well, let's keep going here. I'm trying to tell y'all. Mm-hmm. He said I'm gonna give them a good job, or take them to a church in the hood. Take them to a church in the hood, or like if there's a men's ministry that you know of, where they take, like some churches, they go get the people from the shelters and stuff, right? But some of them men really are coming to Christ and they be wanting a nice suit. Take them to a men's ministry or a women's ministry. You said I haven't saw you in a while, but today, you look. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You said, but none of them match our family. WOIU. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, because it be people that's starting to go. They starting their journey, and you know, you always feel uncomfortable if you don't look like everybody else in church, because that's how they make you feel. And the enemy knows it. So them signs and wonders mentioned in Matthew 24 are very strong. Listen, it's a real thing. Signs of the heavens and stuff in real life, and they eyes still closed. Wild. I don't even know how your eyes are still closed right now. I don't know. I have no idea how your eyes are still closed. But I mean, if you like walking through here like the three blind mice, baby, do you? I ain't even mad at you. Whatever make you feel. He said every side eye in church is gross. Listen, well, we be having side eyes over here, but it's cool. All right, come on. It says, the mountains will be comforted and will drip sweetness of fire from the face, so that the number of the saints will be accomplished. After a little time, there will arise a king out of the east, a lover of the law, and the house of God will abound in all necessary things. He will show mercy to the widows and to the needy, and he will grant a royal house to the priest. In his time, there will be abundance of all things. And after that, again, a king will arise in the southern part of the world, and he will rule for a little time. In his days, the treasury will fail because of the wages of the Roman soldiers, so that all the acquisitions of the powerful might be commanded to be shared with that same king. And what came to my mind was B and D. I don't know, but B and D. Right? Okay? B and D. Right. You said, I know I'm late, but what version of the Apocrypha are you reading from? Please and thank you. We're reading from the New Testament Apocrypha, Book 2. The New Testament Apocrypha. Okay? All right. It says, thereafter there will be an abundance of grain and wine and oil, but great inflation. They are, Danny. They are. So look, they can mass produce whatever they want because they're making fake food. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. Sorry, Whitney. Right? There can be an abundance of food because they're making it. It's not real. So there's an abundance of bread that doesn't go bad because it's not real bread. The vegetables have electricity in them and all kinds of other stuff. The right. But don't say it. We know. We just saying they can grow it. Don't, but right? Rice, everything, eggs, everything. Sorry, y'all. Okay? You hear me? They can make it. So there's an abundance of everything. But it's not real. Right? It's not real. It says, so that gold and silver will be given for grain. How many of you have grains stored up in your home right now? So the world is telling you stock up on gold and silver. Correct? I got a bunch of acorn trees out in the yard that I can use to make flour. I saw that, and you have to soak it out and then get the tannins out. That one girl, Alexis Nicole, I think her name is, taught me that. Right. But is the world not telling you you need to be trying to get silver and gold, and then that will back your crypto and all that old craziness? They're telling you don't worry about the other stuff. But the scripture keeps telling us that diamonds and rubies and jewels and gold and silver is going to be thrown in the street because it's not going to have any use. The scripture is saying you need to have some grains in your house. Now, do me a favor. Can you list off some grains out if you from a different place? List the grains native to your area where you were your lineage is from, wherever. We are on page 593. Tell me, because everybody here is not from the same place, the same country even. So, what are native grains to your area? Wheat, Thomas? Okay. Millet, rice. Interesting. Hey, peas, oats. You said I find it ironic that there is an abundance and a scarcity all at the same time. Exactly. Rice, wheat, gamut, barley, rye, corn, and oats. Rice, okay. Sorghum, okay. Wheat, soy, barley, and corn, okay. Wheat, corn, barley, rye, and oats, okay. Are there any other types of grain? Amaranth, callaloo from Jamaica, okay. Okay. You said I work for a Kroger warehouse and there's no food in it. No way, Mr. Millsap. Did y'all hear, Thank you. I appreciate you for coming in here and telling us that. I really do. Did y'all hear, Mr. Millsap? Quinoa is another one. I appreciate you for telling us that. God sends somebody at the right time all the time. You said thank you because you just had me look that up for myself. You're welcome. You said there is a Kroger warehouse near me. You said corn in our state and specialty markets of cranberries. On internet. On the internet. On they're on Amazon. Interesting. Crazy. Buckwheat. Swinging in the rain. Singing in the rain. Swinging in the rain. I know what's singing. Swinging. Couscous. Mm-mm. Swinging and singing, honey. Swinging and singing. Listen, what did who say? We had the worst wheat harvest in 52 years this year. Interesting. Interesting. You said wheat and flour is what we have in abundance here, and even basmati rice. Not sure why sugar is very expensive, though. Interesting. Oh, you get the ag reports. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, so God is telling us that those things that you just listed are going to be more valuable than gold and silver. Oh, Mr. Millsap said that the Kroger, he works for a Kroger warehouse and it's empty. Ain't nothing in it. That's what he said. Oh, I believe it. Right as we're talking about grains and food that's not. Oh, Danny. As soon as we was talking about it, he came right in and said it. When I tell you God be letting us listen, and you don't want to be a part of W, God be giving us the info, honey. You said just to think how different things were a few years ago. Who remembers God telling us, oh yeah, get your stuff because there's not going to be anything to buy. Either it's going to be no good, it's not going to be nothing to buy, or the quality of what you got ain't going to last that long. Hello. Oh, okay. So did he lie to us, WOIU? We outside International University. Did he lie? Did he give us false instructions when he told us why everybody is not worrying about books by him? Why everybody's not worried about dried food and pasta and rice and beans and a way to filter water? Did he give us false instructions or instructions that were not going to be useful? Or did he tell us these things have no value right now, but shortly they are going to be more valuable than any bag, purse, car, keys, electronics, or anything? You said you're since you said starting here my pantry looks different. Since starting here. Come on. I feel sad for those babies whose parents are unaware. They're not unaware, they're choosing not to see because 2020 hit everybody. You couldn't miss it. You said not one lie was told or given. Come on. You said it's true they have a pantry for employees, pennies on the dollar. I stock up from Kroger through my friend. Are you confirming what Mr. Millsap said? I feel so good that I listened. Me too. You said I got 14 boxes of different muffin and pancake mixes yesterday to put in Mylar bags. Okay. Are you coming in here and confirming what Mr. Millsap just told us? Is that what you're saying? You said it's true. They have a pantry for employees, pennies on the dollar, and I stock up from Kroger through my friend. You said I don't know how to send you the pictures, a video on this app. You can email them to me, screenshot, and send them to Tatnai Place probably, because I don't know what they doing. TATNAIPLACE@gmail.com. TATNAIPLACE, Tatnai Place at Gmail. And then I'll be able to see them. Interesting. Thank you so much, Mr. Millsap. I appreciate you. I pray that God blesses you with something good since you came in here and blessed us and confirmed what we needed to know. We appreciate you. For real, for real. Because folks thought I was crazy about 4 years ago. Ooh, okay. Hold on. All right. I appreciate you. You said it's been almost 5 years now. Yeah. You said what's interesting to me is how baking shows are trying to normalize using bugs for food. Mm-hmm. Right. That's why I didn't want you to put your address. That's why I told you to email me. And you, if you can, go delete that comment. You said they already let you have so many bugs in peanut butter. Look it up. Oh, we know. Oh, honey, we've already done those studies. Yes, we've already done those. We already had did how much human meat they let you have in your meat too, and everybody was over here calling me crazy. Thank you. You said, and then when I was grinding my meat and telling people why I did that in 2022, and they was like, "You doing too much. You doing too much." And then exactly what I told y'all, that it's human meat in the meat. As to why I grind my own meat is all over the internet right now. It's real, real crazy. You said, yep, they telling us what happens. Let's get this going because there's some more good stuff in here. Y'all ready? Raise your hand if you're ready. If you're ready. Thank you, Miss Vonda. Here we go. All right. It says, there will be very great scarcity in that time. There will not be an arrival of ships in the sea. So Jesus was telling Thomas during this time of all of this stuff that it ain't gonna be no ships in the sea. Can you tell me how we get most of our stuff that's not from any country now? Because all of us, we got people in South Africa and everywhere. How do we get most of our commerce? Before it can be on the roads, it's where? Shipments by sea, boats, water, trade routes. So if Jesus was telling Thomas way back when the end of the world come, ain't no ships gonna be moving, does that make what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz even more relevant to the scripture that we read in right now that was written way back 2,500 years ago or so? See, 4 years ago, that wouldn't have meant nothing because the strait was open. 3 years ago, it wouldn't have meant nothing because the strait was open. 2 years ago, that wouldn't have meant nothing reading this because the straits was open. But now, a year and a half later, the straits are closed. There's no negotiations to get them back open until 2029. We did. We did, Thomas. And we were paying attention even then. You remember when we was looking up what ships were leaving certain areas, and we're not going to say where, Thomas, because that brings them over here, remember? But remember when we was studying the ships a couple years ago, which ones were making it to the Red Sea, what the names of them were called, how many trips they made. Do y'all remember this? And folks was over here telling us they researching stuff. She just needed to just stick to the word. Should I? Because now everybody's worried about the boats and what boats is where and if they can get through. But that was meaningless and it didn't have anything to do with salvation. But it did, because if we pay attention to where the boats is or are not going, then we can see that the word is fulfilling itself. Hello. Have you all noticed that Asia is getting hit with a lot of crazy stuff right now? You said, I just received my gate for my garden and it took almost 3 months. It came by sea. 45 countries have cut the U.S. off. Y'all remember us talking about ain't no cargo gonna be moving? And we talked about cargo from the ports, and we talked about cargo as far as logistics on and the 18-wheelers and stuff, 16-wheelers, whatever they call the diesel trucks. You said you've been waiting for some Faraday bags for months. Interesting. Who remembers this? Interesting. So God was warning us almost 5 years ago that almost everything that was happening right now was going to be happening. And he told us to prepare for it prior to it starting to happen. Now, was it happening a little bit because of 2020 stuff? Yes, but it wasn't like now. He does. Listen, I'm great. That's why I said everybody, he said, look, remember when people was asking, is this an aesthetic? Are you crazy? Who's just buying books for the look? I mean, I guess some people do, but that's not what we want to be able to keep our minds stimulated when there's no more entertainment. We want to be able to teach our children just in case they can't go to school. We want to be able to show them different things. Huh? You hear me? We want to be able to show them different things and show them what they need to know. Oh, okay. Just in case. You said, I started this in 2021 and everyone still thinks I'm crazy. Oh, I believe it. These are the people that the situations that we're getting ready to go through are going to come up on them like labor pains. Crazy, right? Because they don't believe that they have to prepare for anything. There's a lot of people that are saying, I wish I could have voted differently, or if I would have known, there's certain things that I wouldn't have done. They wouldn't have made certain decisions. They would have prepared for this. All of these different things, like God wasn't screaming at. Okay, we talked about this a lot. That in 22, there was a lot of emergency preparedness stuff out on the shelves. How many of y'all came in here and told me y'all was walking past rows and rows in Walmart of dehydrated food, water straws in Costco, and all of this, and people was just, y'all said they was just pushing their carts right past it. Y'all the reason I know that they had radiation tablets in Walgreens. Hey D, remember? How much you want to bet people are looking for those things right now? And God told us they going to walk past it. And then when they need it, it's not going to be available. Didn't y'all tell me you can only get most of that dehydrated stuff that we was able to have stacked up at Walmart online now? And a lot of the people that make the dehydrated food, those businesses have gone out of business. You said, I'm trying to be prepared. Just a lot of stuff going on. It hurts to know I'll be on the struggle bus. Listen, God can get you together if you see. This is the thing. People did not want to humble, and I'm not saying you. Back in 22, people didn't want to humble themselves. People literally came in here and told me, "Oh, I ain't going to no food pantry. I ain't standing in no line for no food. It ain't that serious." And da 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 da. I said, "Okay. Well, when it ain't nothing, you gonna be the one to have to explain to your children that you was too good to stand in the line to make sure they had food." You said all the commercials on YouTube saying stay prepared. Interesting. My sister is finally getting stuff. She no longer thinks we're super crazy. Yeah, that's about right. Hold on, you said how I was in Costco yesterday and saw that several containers of the emergency food was bought. Uh-oh. You said, yes, auntie, you are. It's on Amazon. The author is Burke, auntie. You said, couldn't believe how high the buckets were stacked in them stores. Now nothing. You said, yes, ma'am, they're either super expensive or you can't get them anymore. You said, yep, I can't find it in Walmart stores anymore. Interesting. She just had a baby a few months ago. I just wish she would have listened sooner. Listen. Call me Vonda. Uh-huh. Listen, Ray. Just, you're welcome. Listen, I would be at every, don't lie. Because God can give you favor at the food pantries, and if don't nobody come, they might call you and say, hey, can you come back up here and pick this stuff up? We don't have anybody to grab it. Blah, 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 blah. You said, what do you recommend for a starter? So let me say this. I got 2 videos on YouTube, y'all. Okay. There are some things in my Amazon store, but they didn't really play with that, and so you might not be able to see it. And a lot of it is repeat because folks was buying it out as soon as we was saying it back in the day. But on Amazon, if you go to CERCA TROVA 22 list and do both, do the disaster preparedness and the book list because we had to start hiding stuff. But I have 2 videos on YouTube. Okay, survival and so you said, but we just had a 4.0 earthquake here in the Bay at 8:30. We have to stay prepared, right, Lizette? I'm happy you're okay. Um, survival and survival 2.0. Just fast forward through, screenshot all of the stuff in there because we have a lot of videos about, and then I think there's more, but for sure those survival and survival 2.0. It goes through to tell you like water struggles. Excuse me, a way to create power, stuff like this for just in case emergencies happen, right? Those type things are on there. Okay, so survival and survival 2.0 are the 2 videos on YouTube that I have on my page, CERCA TROVA 22. Those, like I said, they're about an hour and 45 minutes long. Okay, they're about an hour and 45 minutes long. But just fast forward and screenshot all of the stuff because I was yelling and screaming. I was not so nice back when I first got over here. I didn't got better. Okay, bear with me. You said, I remember going into Costco and getting 2 of those buckets for $120. Now that's the price for just one. Double, did he tell us? You said, I went to the food pantry with my auntie Tuesday and got a lot of stuff. You said, that movie, The Last House, be real interesting. You said, and will confirm all of our preparedness. Okay. Okay. You said, I received an offer in the mail to sign up for $10 to sell emergency supplies. No way. Listen. You said, listen, the emergency food bucket at Costco here is $67. You said, is this for disasters such as floods, earthquakes? Yes. All of it. We got gas masks and everything. Don't play. We got emergency showers because God told us it wasn't going to be a lot of water. And we ain't about to walk around here stinking. So we've been doing stuff like this. Making, ooh, this soap got a lot of oil on it. You know, I put, like, it's still, look at that. And it's just been sitting there. All the oil is coming out of it, y'all. I guess when you put that oil, oh, it smells good, too. Yeah, the oil is coming out. You see it? Look at that. And it's been sitting here forever. Forever. I need to put it in some plastic, baby. It's just, look at that oil. Y'all see it? I gotta go wash my hands. The blood still works. Sure do. You can smell it too. It smell good. It do. Dang. I made it, so I know what's in it. That got goat milk and sugar and all kinds of stuff. Look at that. That's crazy. That's that much oil in there. At least our soap gonna have us hydrated. We ain't about to be out here bad, but we got portable showers and all kinds of stuff. That's crazy. There's that much oil on that soap. Nigga ain't even ashy no more. NutriStore, Thrive Life, and Prep Basic freeze dry foods have gone out of business. Oh wow! Hold on. NutriStore, Thrive Life, and Prep Basics freeze dried foods have gone out of business. Whoa. You said, yes, ma'am. I was thinking about that. Taking that offer because I don't think or know anyone that has any preparedness items. Okay. You said that's called a super fattened soap. Is that what it's called? A super fattened soap? Oh, well, good. And portable toilets. We do. So I did good then, making a super fattened soap then, because, baby, it's like lotion and soap all in one. That's, wow, I did good. Good job. I didn't even know that. You said, yes, you did. Yeah, I'm excited. All right. You said, on my way to work in a little bit. I got you. Thank you, Mr. Millsap. You said, in the LDS church sells for online only. Okay. See? And you don't want to be over here with us. That's okay. That's all right. I heard on the news that with all the wildfires, there will be shortages of paper products. I bet. I bet. What about people on dialysis? So, uh, there are, we got classes, um, and I can't tell you which ones, but where people have, you know, given alternatives just in case. Like I know for people with thyroid problems, you can rub some stuff under, what is it, iodine under your arm. So there's been a lot of stuff, but I would say if I were you, look up natural herbs and things like that. And I know dialysis is really serious. Um, that will clean your blood and your organs as much as you can. Look up all of that stuff and try to get that stuff into your house. And also, if you have, while they're selling them, the machines that generate power, just in case, I would try to get you one of those. Not the gas ones, solar. You said the AI on YouTube will pull up whatever information. Okay. Thank you, Pumpkin. You said some fats did not interact and saponify with the lie. That's okay. That's all right. You said I remember telling folks they could use their stamps to get this stuff and was still ignored. So I don't want to hear Nathaniel from nobody. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell. I remember I kept telling people. I said, listen. I said, why they giving out that extra? The pandemic can be too. Y'all better get on it. You said I got the generic installed, but it's connected to a 1,000 gallon propane tank. Come on, okay. This the thing. You don't have to be out here bad. I gotta go to the bathroom, y'all. You don't have to be out here bad. You kind of choosing it, and it just sucks, like you said, that people didn't listen. They didn't want to know because it was killing that. Member, it was like, don't kill my vibe. Okay. You said they wanted to auction them off instead. So, oh well, listen. You said, and they still telling me I'm doing too much. It's not happening. And y'all over there only got water every other day and all of this, Annalise. Them people for real crazy. You said beet juice cleans your blood. I drink it a lot. Okay. Listen, I'm grateful. This make you want to sing that song real, real loud. Grateful, 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 honey. y'all. Sorry about that. You said just got my well resurfaced with a 1 horse pump and new water lines. Still mining. You said I'm going to keep it up until I can't anymore. So serious. My family thinks I'm crazy. It's okay. Hold on. Dang. So y'all did okay, so the state of Illinois is giving out $400 in stamps. If they take the money, they won't get benefits for 36 months, and people still in line. Are you serious, Auntie? Did y'all hear that? So once you take that $400 for the next 3 years, you can't get no stamps? You know what? I know what song we need. Hold on 1 second. Oh my Auntie, you've been in here busting heads all day. So let me go here. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. Uh-oh, it might not be on here no more. It ain't. Well, y'all know it. Or am I not spelling it right? Who knows? Anyway, y'all know the song. Did we talk about it? You said tell y'all folks to get out the line. Auntie, they not even trying to see. Greedy. Not thinking for later. Again. You said, I'm buying these flour and sugar, even coffee. Come on. Is the delusion is strong, because how are y'all living it and they still refuse to listen? And again, one of them has those 2 babies, 7 years old and younger, getting $800 in stamps and more than that during the big C, and still can't prepare. Interesting. Listen. You said I'm trying to save and get me another bigger battery. The one I have doesn't hold many hours anymore. Listen, you said that's wild, and now they're restricting those over here. Auntie, you said we also have something called SASA, which receive from the government, like the stamps you get this month. They also stopped. All the hair on my body is standing up. All the hair on my freaking body is standing up. So in South Africa, they get SASA, and they stopped this month. Girl, quit playing with me. So let me screenshot this, then I'm gonna go back up to Auntie's. Hold on. Hold on. Did y'all hear that? When I tell y'all we be getting the what it is, did y'all hear that? 36 months is 3 years, right? The market. Right. Auntie, but you gotta figure out another way to type that, Auntie Selena. I was smiling and said, okay, you take this money and see what my dad does. Listen, on your mark, get set. It is, Mr. Gentleman. And God has, on your mark, get set, go, nigga. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm telling you? God told us at the end, baby, it wasn't going to be no stamps. He said the second time around, there's not going to be no extras. It's not going to be nothing. And everything is going to be more. Y'all, what didn't he tell us? And people are like, oh, we already knew it was going to be famine. Yeah, but did he break it down to you the way that he broke it down to us? And I ain't trying to act like, oh, we just know. Baby. It's okay, Auntie. Thank you. Are y'all hearing this? People say, oh, well, that ain't happening. Well, it's happening in South Africa, and it's happening in Illinois. And probably you said they cut yours down to $12. Did he tell us? Baby, listen. You said, but we, come on. You said, yep, my son received $120 this year. Look at this. I'm laughing at Vienna sausage costing $20 a case. That's crazy. Y'all are making the hair on my body stand up. Y'all can't. I don't know. Can y'all see? Baby, I got goosebumps everywhere. I got goosebumps everywhere. You said when I told people they will stop, you said 2 years ago people said, girl, no, you crazy. And 2 years later they can stop. We coming up on 2027. What year um is in, you said we coming up on 2027, and what year is in a little over 36 months from now? 2030, roughly. Spam even went up. Uh-huh. $546 to 290 when food is more expensive. $12 ain't worth the paperwork. Listen, listen, y'all got the hair on my body. Do y'all see? I'm ashy, but can y'all see? Baby. And you said you don't want to listen to the crazy lady that be having her stomach out online. That's okay. I don't care. Cause baby, when I tell you he don't lie to me. Oh. You said I'm still stocking up and my child won't do nothing and got 3 kids with stems. Listen. You said the way it's looking, spam about to be the new caviar. I knew once they started doing them cabbage boils what it was. I told y'all. You said you even told us about the water. God let us know. And now y'all see why they've been SBing me since 3 months on this here internet. Because every single thing that God was having us talk about, even with the UN and all of the different organizations and what you should be paying attention to and who was passing what. 4 bags of chips and some cookies is $50 now. Yes, ma'am. Didn't he tell us? Didn't he tell us? And you too good to go to the food pantry. Oh, okay. But don't. You too good to learn how to make soup mix on your own or bread mix on your own or buy yeast and rice and stuff that you can make something else out of. You too good to eat the generic. Oh, okay, we'll do that. Baby, give me the generic from Dollar General and 5 bags of it, please. I take it from the Dollar Tree. I don't care. Food is food when you hungry. Oh, okay. You said I just mistakenly clicked on your YouTube that the Antichrist will search for a certain group of people. I probably will look into that more. It also said it was in the book of Enoch. You said that's exactly where I shop and coupon. Come on. Tuh, tuh. You said we don't even have a food pantry here, so I can just imagine the people is going through right now. Listen, y'all don't have food pantries over there? You said, sweetheart, I'm on my way to the food bank right now. I kid you not, Dollar Tree. All right. Listen, you said even baby milk for 1 can at Walmart is $28, and that's the small can. Box food is just all chemicals and emulsifiers now, and it wasn't when I bought it. You said, right. Listen, listen. Who started cooking a lot more from scratch when you got over here? And not all that processed stuff. Hello, God was showing us. You said I'm literally driving around with a jar of soup mix in my work vehicle. You never know. Auntie, smart. And is. Because if people was trapped on the road the other day for 4 hours. For 8 hours trying to get into Indiana and out. Wasn't no gas, wasn't no this, wasn't no that. Come on. You said, no, they have their hands in the cookie jar too much to still have pantries for us. Oh, okay. You said my baby is on $65 formula. So you can get a dehydrator and try to ask God to give you the goat milk or something like that. That might be more like, look up powdered goat milk. If that is a different, I believe it, right. I would look up like goat milk and other sources of milk and look at other ways. Like one of my daughters, she had to use I don't know what she was using for that baby's milk, but it wasn't milk. It was like beans and stuff or something. I don't know what she was using. I can't remember. But it was something she soaked, and then chia seeds, gel, and some other stuff. And my grandbaby is about to be 5 next June. So, right. Right. She was too. That's what I'm saying. She made milk out of like, I don't know what she was using. It was like beans or something. It was like it wasn't, but it had all the nutrition that a baby would need. Cause my grandbaby was lactose completely. She couldn't. It would have her all stopped up, and it was bad. So my daughter started making her milk out of chia seeds and something. Girl, I don't know. You said I'm also stocking up on Pediasure for my child. He's a picky eater, but he loves that stuff. That part. Okay, you said I raised cooking your own. I was raised cooking your own food. I feel like being from the Caribbean, you already have survival instincts because you already doing it with less. Like yeah, right. Also, always in the kitchen. I got grandchildren. Right. Listen, you can't buy goat milk here in Texas. Interesting. Can you get it online? You can't buy it on Amazon. You said my sister is storing formula just in case her breast milk dries up in her freezer stores. Her freezer stored of it freezer stores of it empties. Listen, remember people was calling us real crazy when I was like, okay, mamas, what y'all gonna do? The Bible says that woe to the mothers that give suck. Okay, so then that means you need to have some milk. You said I thought milk had to be freeze dried. You can dehydrate it and make your own. Nope. You can dehydrate it in your oven or in an air fryer or in a dehydrator, and then powder it and put you a what's the name in there. I'm in Texas, and you just have to find a farm. Okay. You said so happy for the knowledge because we won't be hungry, stinking, or dirty without necessities. Thank God, and thanks Dean for being a vessel. You are welcome. You are welcome. Listen, I said I'm only talking to the people that are listening. Oh, she thinks I don't think I'm nothing, nigga. I think I'm trying to help some people not starve to death, because that's the really one of the worst deaths you could go from. Hello. You said there was a lady that had an old school way to make homemade formula. It's pet milk. What they call it? Not sweetened condensed, but the other one, evaporated milk. My grandma and them used to make it too. They used to take a can of evaporated milk and a little bit of Karo syrup to thicken it and some water, half and half. Carnation. Yep. Yep. So stock up on that, mamas, too. And then also Nido is 2% milk. The powder, Nido, the big yellow cans, is if you ever see that at the pantries or wherever you're at, get it. It's just powdered 2% milk. Nido. It says it's for older kids. It's literally just powdered milk. It's 2%. Get as many of those cans. You said local stores, they all got it. Right. Grab some of that. It's just 2%. Yeah. You can use that in your cornbread and bread if it calls for milk. You said Nido. Gotcha. Yep. You said that's what I gave my daughters when they were 137. You said carnation milk and powdered milk. Yep. Yep. So there's ways. You just gotta have the right stuff. Right? Young women, young men, you need yeast in your house. And flour and sugar and seasonings. Salt for sure. You need a lot of salt. Because that's one of the things it's hard for your body to live without is salt. You need that. Okay? Believe it or not. Not to overload yourself, but that's also going to be a valuable trading tool lately. You said, why did I just get a notification that you're in TikTok right now? We've been over here for 100 minutes. They not letting people in class too. Well, let's go. Come on. So we in the NTP book 2. The New Testament Apocrypha, book 2, page 593. It's already 11 o'clock. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. It says, there will not be an arrival of ships in the sea, so that no one will tell news to anyone. The kings of the earth, the princes, and the tribunes, and all wealthy people will be troubled. You think that's coming up? Actually, it's already happening now. It's okay, Pumpkin. You all right? I hope you get better. I think you can go online and grab them. I don't know. It's page 593, y'all. You said, I remember buying stock a few years ago, and the cashier was asking me, did I watch Supernatural? I just laughed like, yeah, I watch it, but that's not why I have all this stock. Right. We ain't pouring nothing in front of no doors, baby. Yeah. I just go to Dollar Tree and get like 10 of them at a time. If you do that every other couple months, you'll have a ton. At least 50 of them by the time the end of the year comes. $10, $10, $15, $20, however much it is, $1.25, whatever it is. That's a better spend $10 than buying a hamburger from McDonald's that ain't even a hamburger. It's all right. You said yes, it's already happening. Okay. It says, no one will speak freely. Interesting. I did that. You said, have that many, but it made her antennas go up. Right. It says right here that when the wealthy people, are troubled, no one will speak freely. Is that happening in 20 and 26? You cannot speak freely right now. Huh? How do they know this 2,500 years ago? 23, 27. How do they know? That during the time when the ships were not going to be moving the way that they should, that at that moment, the wealthy people were going to be nervous and you wouldn't be able to speak freely. Yeah, but it's the prophecy. This is Jesus literally talking to Thomas. Okay. Jesus told him like he's telling us today. Come on. It says, gray hairs will be seen upon boys, and the young will not give place to the aged. There's a trend on social media right now with people that are young being born with gray hair, right or wrong. And it's whole families of people that have this patch. It's not just one, it's several. So young people, young men and women right now have gray hair. And they don't respect their elders. Not the people with the gray hair specifically. But young people don't respect elders right now. You said you were born with gray hair? Huh? Young people don't respect elders right now. They'll cuss you out in a minute, baby. Very few young people respect a person. Oh, look how they talk to their teachers. That's how you know. Because that's the elder to them. We used to have to respect our teachers, be worried about our mama coming up to the school, baby. And not for the teacher, for us. Right. Okay. Here we go. It says, after that, another king, a cunning man, Can you tell me what the definition of cunning is, please? What's the definition of cunning? I be shaking this like it's the baby bottle. You know how babies get to the end of it and they'll look at it and shake it like, nigga, I need some more milk. Underhanded trickery. You said my youngest is 40 and he was born with gray hair. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Huh? Trickery. Underhanded. You said having or showing skill in achieving one's ends through deceit, trickery, or clever planning. You said with the white patch in the front of his head. So it's going to be a leader, and every single thing that he does is going to be deceptive, and it's not going to be genuine, and he got it by trickery or deceit. Do you feel like people around the world feel like they've been duped? Right now. Are there people that are saying, I've been tricked? This is not what it was supposed to happen. You said cunning, crafty in the use of special resources such as skills or knowledge in attaining an end, deceptive. Interesting. You said, why did the sound just go louder? I don't know. Okay. Good morning, Tootie. You said good morning, and yes, absolutely. All right. Interesting. Will arise who shall rule for a short space. In his days there will be all manner of evils, and the death of the human race, from as far as Babylon, which is Iraq, in the east, to as far as Tyre in the south, which is Lebanon. So from Iraq to Lebanon, there's going to be some chaos, Jesus told Thomas in their secret conversation that they had. He said, you see over there, you see Iraq. Now you see Babylon. Excuse me, you see Tyre right where Lebanon is. He said, all that gonna be tore up. Huh? And death. How many miles is Iraq from Lebanon? How many miles? Pick any place in Iraq. 404 miles? It's 404 miles from wherever in Iraq to Lebanon? So for 404 miles driving, you ain't gonna see nothing but death? 530 miles, depending on where. I need you to take where you are from, right? Where you live. You don't have to put that part. But Google what city is 404 miles from you. I'm sure it'll give a list in northeast, south, and west directions. You can go either way. Google what city is 404 miles from you, wherever you at. Don't tell me where you at. Just Google 400, because it could be northeast, east, south, south, north, east, south, or west. So Atlanta is 404 miles from you, Carlette. Houston. Okay. What y'all got? Kansas City. Anybody else? What's 404 miles from you? What city or state or whatever? Mississippi. Lubbock, Texas. How long did it say it'll take you to get there? New York City. So what is that, a 4 to 5 hour drive? 6 maybe? Mobile. Roseville, California, Philadelphia, Wisconsin, Dallas. 5, Chicago, Baltimore. Oklahoma and Arkansas. Okay. Garden City, Kansas, Massachusetts, Jacksonville, Florida, Mousetail, Tennessee, Jacksonville Beach, Baltimore, Maryland, Missouri, Memphis, Mississippi, Jacksonville. Okay. Okay. It'll be 4 hours for you. Okay. Nashville, Tennessee, going south. California. Okay. Louisiana, San Francisco, Reno, and Flagstaff, Chicago. Okay. Could you imagine Indianapolis, Indiana, Cincinnati, and Ohio, Jacksonville, Florida, Greenville, South Carolina, about 6.5 hours away from you? Okay. Lubbock, Texas. All right. All right. NYC, Washington, D.C., Quebec City, and Indianapolis. Okay. Milwaukee, Moreno Valley, California. All right. Okay, cool. Could you imagine taking that trip and not seeing one person in Wildwood, Missouri? Okay. One person alive, every single body that you would normally see on the road, on the side of the road, at the restaurants that you're driving on the highway, there's no cars. Or very few people taking that trip and not seeing any other living humans. It's telling me Durban. You said, but I think it's correct. I'm writing it down to check later. It's okay, Pumpkin. Could you imagine? Because this is what Jesus was telling him. He said from Iraq. Right, Nisi Poo. You said Arkansas. You said that's ominous. It is. Just imagine today, if you drove around for 4 hours, even in your own city, and not seeing nobody else alive. Huh? Just imagine. Because Jesus was telling Thomas that at this time, you're going to be able to drive from this place to this place. And baby, it ain't going to be no living there. Okay? Okay. Since everybody wants to talk about how fluffy God is and what's not going to happen, can you tell me if there's conflict in Iraq right now? And can you tell me if there's conflict in Lebanon right now? Is there anything going on in either one of those places right now? Is there anything that is happening in between those places right now? You said there is. It is big time. You said I'd be praying I didn't run out of gas or no car trouble. Interesting. In a major way. Yes. Interesting. So Jesus was telling Thomas about what's happening right now in between that area way back when. You said Washington, D.C. for you. Okay. All right. Here we go. Mm. It says, then all the fountains of waters will be turned into dust and blood.
And history, this river is slowly disappearing, and history is coming to the surface. Amid successive heat waves and record-breaking drought, Europe's Danube River has dropped so low that dozens of sunken battleships from World War II are now visible. The ships were part of Nazi Germany's fleet that retreated in 1944 toward the end of...
So in Europe, record droughts.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know, right where I'm standing, there should be water. I'm in the Rocky Mountain National Park. I am standing in the Colorado River right now.
So the Danube River in England, the Colorado River in America. Let's see.
I'm standing on the bed of the Spokane River right now. As you can see here, this stretch of river out in Spokane Valley has gone completely dry. This is the second year in a row that that's happened. And this year it has...
Spokane Valley River, dry.
The Mississippi River just dropped 47% in 72 hours. Not slowly, not gradually. In 3 days, one of the most powerful rivers on Earth lost nearly half its water, and nobody can explain where it went.
This is so fucking sad.
The Rio Grande.
This is so fucking sad.
Uh-oh. The Rio Grande dry.
Woolly mammoth goats.
I'm standing where I shouldn't be right now, and it's not because I'm anywhere that I'm not supposed to be, but this entire area should be underwater. Right next to me is Caraiso Lago, and fishermen here tell me this entire area was once underwater. You can see that's clearly not the case anymore. Take a look at how dry it is. Some of the earth here cracking. It's not just that. You can also tell
Puerto Rico, out of water.
It is official. Lake Mead is at its lowest level since Lake Mead was created. The construction of
Las
Hoover Dam
Vegas.
back in the 1930s.
Out of water.
The result of a 2-decade mega drought, climate change, increased use of all of this water supply. The bathtub ring now
I remember.
188 feet tall from the high water mark back in the mid.
Hold on.
The immediate crisis.
Just a quick update on the Red River. This is it. We have Oklahoma right there. We have Texas over here, and we have me right here in the middle. I tell you what, during your prom date, there ain't shit going on out here. We got a lot more real estate though. When the water goes away, just think of the possibility. So, great place for a day.
We ain't even got to keep going. You said we sure did talk about it. We done went from one place to another place. You said Mexico. We done went over to England, the water drying up. We done went to the islands, the water drying up. Hello now. I can see if it was just one country, but it's not. I can see if it was just one state or one city, but it's not. So what God was telling Thomas, Jesus was telling Thomas, is right now. Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if y'all could see what I was seeing. All right. Here we go. It says, heaven will be moved and the stars will fall upon earth. What happened yesterday? Don't matter how it's going away, it's still not going to be here. Hmm. A solar eclipse. What else happened? What else? A big meteor shower. What else? Planet alignments. A new moon. Would you say that meteors could be parts of stars falling on the earth? The sun will be reduced by half like the moon, and the moon will not give its light. Is that an eclipse? I gotta turn this off, y'all. Is that an eclipse? Huh? You said that's why they took the Gospel of Thomas out. This is the Apocalypse of Thomas. Okay. Interesting. All right. The Euphrates is drying up, right? Okay. It says the sun will be reduced by half like the moon, and the moon will not give its light, and there will be great signs and wonders in those days when the Antichrist already draws near. And the Euphrates is shaped in the shape of Omega, which means the end, which is really crazy. I wonder what river is shaped as the alpha symbol, because I'm sure it's one, and I bet it's probably somewhere in ancient Mesopotamia too. Yeah, the shape of the Euphrates is in the alpha. I mean the Omega symbol, and that's the one that has to dry up so that the armies can come from the east to go to Armageddon, or the Valley of Megiddo. It's shaped in that exact shape. The end is, yeah. Sure is. God put his word into all the design. Every bit of it. Ain't that crazy? Let's go. All right. So it says, these are the signs. When the Antichrist is going to be drawing near, these are the signs. Woe to those who dwell on earth. In those days, the pains of great travail will come upon them. Y'all think that's happening right now? They told us what to look for, right? People are getting worried. People are getting stressed. People are losing their 401ks and Roth IRAs and their homes, their medical insurance. They're losing all sorts of things. That I would think that would be travail, right? Or no? Okay. I just want to see if you see what I see. We just gonna look for it. All right. Woe to those who build, for they will not inhabit. Are people losing their homes right now to these fires and floods? People are losing their businesses to fires and floods as well. People have built up beautiful homes and beautiful ranches up by the in Canada, that area and all of there, and then it was fires and stuff down south, and then it was fires in Cali and fires in New Jersey, and It don't matter. Oh, even the people that started the houses in 2020, a lot of them people lost their money, right? On the new builds, didn't they? Because immigration has taken a lot of the workers in that field, right? So there's a lot of people that were investors in the housing market that have said my business is belly up because the immigrants are the people that were working in a lot of these places getting. You said Illinois is having bad tornadoes right now. Interesting. Interesting. It's a lot of crazy weather. It says, "What are those who break up the fallow, for they will labor without cause." So people that till the ground, okay? Would that be farmers? People who till the ground, right? Or break up that's a farmer, right? What are farmers saying about their crops? Farmers are complaining bad right now. So it says, "Woe to those who build, for they will not inhabit. Woe to those who break up the fallow, for they will labor without cause." They did all of that, and they're not getting no vegetables, or there's nobody to pick the vegetables, so their vegetables are going bad on the stalk or on the vine or on the tree. They're going bad. Crops and animals. Interesting. Okay. It says, "Woe to those who make marriages, for they will beget sons to famine and captivity." Is that happening? People's marriages are being split up. And there are people that have been taken to places and they weren't pregnant when they got there and they're pregnant now. Or they got there pregnant and they have had their babies in facilities. Yes or no? Okay. It says, "Woe to those who join house to house or field to field, for all these things will be consumed by fire." Check. It's happening right now. Okay. "Woe to those who do not look to themselves while there is time, because finally they will be condemned forever. Woe to those who turn away from a begging pauper, because they will never receive compassion." What's happening right now? The government is taking food away from people that already can't eat. Yes or no? And this isn't just America. This is all over the place. Right? Or no? It's against the law to be homeless. You heard what Auntie just said. Illinois is giving out $400 worth of stamps. And if you take it, you cannot get stamps for the next 3 years. With the economy being the way that it is, that don't sound like selling your birthright to you in a sense? $400 right now can't even get you a full cart of food. And Elise said where she's at in South Africa, they stopped their stamps, what, yesterday? Tennessee charged the first man with the felony for being homeless, right? And did we talk about that a few years ago, Niecy Pooh? Some people came here and found out it was against the law to be homeless in several states. And people thought I was lying, and then they went and looked it up for themselves and seen that it was like, I think when we first started, it was what, 14 states or something where it was against the law. A lot more have came out and said that it's against the law to be home. That's why they start putting up the benches and putting them spikes over the heating vents in the ground and stuff, for the air vents that come up from the ground. That's why they start putting stuff in front of that and all of that in the middle of the street, putting different brick things there so that they can't sleep on them. We normally receive that money at the beginning of every month. And it stopped. Is it stopped for good? Now I'm gonna tell y'all what's crazy about this. Y'all don't know Annalise, but where Annalise lives, they about to have to start scanning their hand and their eye, forehead. They're getting rid of like paper money, right? And regular debit cards or ID cards or they stamps gone for good. They stamps gone for good where she at in South Africa. Oh, that's different. Hold on. Yeah, they gone for good. As of when? You said what was yesterday? You said yep, they were tearing up homeless camps here a few months ago. I just had a review for my disability, and the very first question they asked me was, how's your mental health, and are you seeking therapy? Why is that your first question? Because you know what they about to do. God told us what they was going to do with folks that didn't want to regulate their own mind, remember? He told us about that too. Listen. It's a real thing. You said, yeah, I saw the machines you got to turn in your money because they don't accept it anymore. You said, no, people now have to reapply when the month started. Oh. Wow. Interesting. I told my daughter, you said, and my son that we're living in the days we learned about. Listen, folks don't believe it. Ain't that so crazy? You said, I told him God is my therapist, and he shut up real quick. I passed the review and did, because they about to. You said, it's coming. You said at the beginning of every month, so August it stopped. Interesting. It used to come every month at the beginning, and it stopped. Interesting. Hospitals are cashless here. Heidi, where you at? God know how to. Fort Worth. Interesting. Shall we? That's why I don't care when people say whatever they want to say. It's like, you said the hospital scene is very strange. Interesting. And that's why when folks was telling us we was crazy, I just said, let's keep going. Can you get out of my class, please? If you're talking crazy, just get out. Because you're stopping us from learning what's coming. We want to know. All right. It says, woe to those who do not share with the hungry or thirsty person, because they will be condemned to eternal fire. You said our hospital is too. You said, why did it just boot me from the live? Oh, I believe it. Listen, y'all know they don't want us over here. You know that. My son is so focused on politics and state affairs, he doesn't believe us. You said, don't even have a card that holds $10,000. Interesting. You said don't even a card that holds. You was booted. Y'all okay? Y'all know what they doing. Hey, Miss Garcia, y'all know what they doing. Y'all already know what they doing. They gonna do it every day and have been for almost 4.5 years. You said, I saw that the government is issuing paper checks. Isn't issuing paper checks anymore. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, come on. All right. It says, "Hear, Thomas, for I am the Son of God the Father, and I am the Father of all spirits. Hear from me the signs that will come to pass at the end of this world. When the end of the world will be fulfilled, and before the elect depart the world. I will tell you openly what is not revealed openly now to people." Did you hear that? He said, "I'm going to tell you what a lot of people don't know." How many of y'all feel like you know what a lot of people don't know now? And you are very aware of what is happening, even though people cannot see. And it's out in the open. It ain't like it's being hidden. It's right out in the open. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I just want to see. All right. Whew. He said, "When these things will take place, the princes of the angels do not know, for they are now hidden from them. Then there will be divisions of the world between king and king, and there will be great famine in all the earth, and great pestilences, and much poverty. And the sons of men will be led captive by all nations, and they will fall by the edge of the sword, and there will be great disorder in the world." Sound familiar? Does any of that sound familiar to 2026? Are people being led away captive? In every country, there is a group of military people that are hauling people away from work, their jobs, everywhere. Because I didn't know that this was happening like everywhere until recently, that this is happening everywhere. Literally. Literally happening everywhere. Not just in America, everywhere. Immigration is a huge thing in the world right now. People are like, "You're in our country illegally, you gotta go." At first I thought it was just us. Oh no, it's everywhere. I seen some Asian people and some Arabic people, different Arabic people, and people from India being arrested in different places in Africa, and they're like, "You're running illegal businesses here, this, that, and the other, you gotta go. Your green card is expired." So it's not just happening where we are, it's happening everywhere. Interesting. It says here, then after that, when the hour of the end draws near, when the hour of the end draws near, there will be great signs in heaven for 7 days, and the powers of heaven will be moved. What is a power? Tell me. It is, Yvonne. As a matter of fact, it happened yesterday, did it not? Angels. Powers are a form of angels. Powers, authorities, there's a whole list of them. There's 3 different groups and 3 different types in each group. Did you know? Powers are an actual group of angels. Rulers are a group of angels. Authorities are a group of angels. Those are actual angel classifications. Okay? So think about this now. Look here. Then after that, when the hour of the end draws near, there will be great signs in heaven for 7 days, and the powers of heaven will be moved. Do we have celestial things happening for the next 7 days? Because we just read about the moon being covered and the waters drying up and people not being able to live in the houses that they build, farmers not being able to do anything, marriages messing up, people are having babies, but there's not enough food to feed them, things are going to be consumed by fire. Um, People, it says, who do not look to themselves while there is time, because finally they will be condemned forever. We got folks begging and they're not giving no food, no nothing. It says, what are those who do not share with a hungry or thirsty person? And we know who that is. Okay? For the next 7 days, do we have celestial things happening? I just want to know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just seeing. We do. Interesting. All right. Do me a favor. Y'all want to go on a side trip? You know how like when they take you to the trail and they say, "Oh, we should go down here and look at the river because there's some stuff we want to show you there." Do y'all want to go to the river with me? We not on no creek. We going to the river. Hello. Y'all want to go down to the river? Take me to the water? I need you to write down 8, 12, 20, 26. 8, 12, 20, 26. Write each number on its own line. So 8, 12, 20, and 26. Who knows, Bridget? We about to find out. Okay. 8, new beginning. 12, authority. 20, a complete waiting period, a cycle of completeness or redemption and release from bondage or oppression. Like Lucifer's gonna be released from the jail he's been in for however long, and he's gonna get to come to earth and get a body. Never mind. Also combining the idea of law and responsibility, also known as twice divine order or completeness. And this is the second time that God is going to destroy the earth completely. 26 stands for the name of God. Yod, He, Vav, He. 26 is YHWH. So a new beginning of authority, and something is, a cycle is complete, or something is being released from bondage. Is this why yesterday was so monumental in the heavens? Shaniqua. The opening doors, and Kay had the dream yesterday, 8, 12, 20, 26 respectfully. I could bite you right now. It's okay. Right, Nisi Poo? And then the knock at the door at your TT's house. Right. Right above this, it's talking about the moon being reduced and not giving its light, and there will be great signs and wonders in those days when the Antichrist already draws near. These are the signs. How y'all feeling? How your toes feeling? Your eyebrows, put them down. Put your forehead down. Do like this. Put your eyebrows down. Come on. Put your eyebrows down. Go ahead. Do like this. Oh, yeah. Shall we keep going? Shall we? You said I feel tingly and hot. Okay. And there's a certain meeting that's going to happen in a couple months. You said pick my eyeballs up off the floor. Okay. Toes broken, brows frozen in place. All right. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I said, that's interesting. Let's keep going now. So I put a note here too. I'm going to read this like this. Then after that, when the hour of the end draws near, there will be great signs in heavens for 7 days, and the angels of heaven will be moved. Remember where Lucifer lives. He lives under heaven, but above us. In the right under the first layer of heaven. Are you hearing me? Remember, he lives under the moon. We just looked at that. Like the realm under the moon is where he lives. Above the earth, so above our crust, and in between there. Okay? And the heavens are being moved. The powers of heaven. Didn't God tell us that there was powers of darkness? Huh? The rulers and the powers of darkness and the principalities, the freaking city in the sky. Come on. He said there's kingdoms. And I said, in order for there to be kingdoms, there has to be a whole hierarchy of people in the heavens, in the dark areas, in the sky. And now the powers that are in the heavens are being moved around. Remember, I told y'all recently that all of these fallen stars that we've been seeing, I said, well, what if, all of the different lights with the tails on them, what if those are the angels coming to I almost threw my phone. My body is trembling. His dark materials. His dark materials, niece. They put it right in our face, didn't they? Shall we keep going? We're going to keep going. All right. The first day, signs in heaven. Then on the first day, at the beginning of the 3rd hour, there will be a great and mighty voice in the firmament of heaven, and a cloud of blood coming. I done just threw my phone and woke up my cat. Hilarious. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Because they're moving around. The authority. I mean, he was given authority over this world, was he not? And you know what was I'm guessing you didn't got to the end of the 3rd season. I'm about to scream. you need hold on me. Sorry, Sam. Here you go. Go ahead. You can bite him. If anybody else needs a bite, I'll put half of him over here for you. Sorry, Sam. Don't give us the side eye. This is why you were sitting here. This is your purpose. Come on. You said the authority shakes and bites the pillow? Come on. Come on. Now you see why I said no, we gotta wait. We can't talk about it just yet. Come on. Cause see now you right. I wanted everybody to. You said, is that why they're trying to hide everything that's going on in the sky with the clouds? Yes. If you, what was it called? The secret land of leprechauns? Is that what it's called? I've been reading that scripture before I leave home in the morning for the last week. Interesting. You said, why Dad gave me Psalms 102:19, for he hath looked down from the height of his sanctuary from heaven, and did the Lord behold the earth, to hear the groaning of the prisoner, to loose that to loose those that are appointed. What is it? Was it what? It wasn't called the secret life to death. Interesting. Was it? What was it? The secret life of the leprechauns. What was it? I saw a video this morning of this long strike of lightning splitting the sky. Then something fell out of the sky. Interesting. Spraying metals in the sky causes more lightning. Interesting. What was that show called, y'all? If you want to know what's going on, was it The Secret? I don't know what it was called. The Secret Life of Leprechauns or something like that. Go watch that. I think that's what it's called. Hey, Pumpkin. And it'll tell you. You're gonna be like, no, they did. They've been playing in our face this whole time. It was that the secret something. The secret land. Is it the secret land of the leprechauns? The secret something. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know they do. Some of them are lightning. They don't just travel through lightning. They are lightning. They're made of the elements. The angel of electricity and thunder, and that's why there was a god of thunder, hey queen, and a god of, they're made of the elements. Yeah. That's why the angels that fell, their children have the ability to affect those things. It's the secret life of the leprechaun. Thank you. Oh, okay. It's the secret life of the leprechaun if you want to know what's going on in the heavens. The magical land of the leprechauns. The magical land of the leprechauns. One of them. It's the magical land of the leprechauns. The secret life of the leprechauns. Something you said, now I'm buffering. You know it. Are y'all ready to keep going? Go out and come back in, Nico. They playing with us. Because we over here learning stuff. If we was over here twerking and talking crazy and cussing folks out, it would be no problem. It would be 7,000 people in here. Okay. All right. It says, there will be a great and mighty voice in the firmament of heaven, and a cloud of blood coming up out of the north. Like a mushroom? Never mind. And great peals of thunder and mighty flashes of lightning will follow it. Maybe like a mushroom. Never mind. And it will cover the whole heaven. Maybe like a mushroom. It's a reason I said mushroom. It's a reason I didn't say that. Over here we know without saying. We just don't type it because they reading it and that's how they be messing with people's stuff. So you gotta read between the lines. Okay? We don't use any of the real words over here. None of them. Hello. Okay. And it will rain blood on all the earth. These are the signs of the first day. Thank you. You good. Sound familiar? You know, there's a girl. She's gotten, I believe so. Yes. She's gotten really, really thin. She just put out a video called Petals. What it looked like it happened to her. When she came out of that office. Looked like maybe blood had been raining down on her. Kind of like in the Blade movies when they were in the stock houses, in the freezers in there, and what they thought was water was spraying out of the things. Was it looked just like that, didn't it? Ain't that what her face looked like? Or no? So was she trying to tell us something? Hey. On the second day, there will be a great voice in the firmament of heaven, and the earth will be shaken out of its place. And the gates of heaven will be opened in the firmament of heaven towards the east. Does this remind you of the ninth gate? Remember what was going on in the sky? Remember when the girl actually was Lucifer? They kept helping him. Remember? Oh my God, I'm trying not to spoil the show. I'm biting my tongue so hard right now. And now it's talking about red juicy juice about to make me spill it. Tomorrow. Come on, because we got to get through here because there's some more that's probably going to make you go back and see something else. Just bear with me, niece. I know y'all is going to go him tomorrow. This is probably going to be a very epic class. I'm excited. Because everybody is busting at the seams ready to talk about what they didn't research and learn. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait. You said, oh, can we just talk a little bit about it? No, we got to wait. Come on. So, all right. And the smoke of a great fire will burst forth through the gates of heaven, and it will cover all the heaven until the evening. In that day there will be fears and great terrors in the world. These are the signs of the second day. I know, Pumpkin. Just come on in. Let's just keep reading. Come on, you got till tomorrow. You got less than 24 hours. Okay, come on. So it says, but on the third day, at about the second hour, there will be a great voice in heaven, and the abysses of the earth will roar out from the four corners of the world. The pinnacles of the firmament of heaven will be opened, and all the air will be filled with pillars of smoke. There will be an evil stench of stinking brimstone. Now I'm going to tell you what I wrote here. Right before I even got down to the bottom of this little thing here, when it said, and the abysses of the earth will roar out from the four corners, I immediately thought volcanoes. Then I got down to the bottom of here, and it said, and there will be evil stench of stinking brimstone. And then I looked it up. Sulfur, it says in an active volcanic system that emits massive amounts of sulfur and gases, which makes it hard to breathe. Who remembers? We looked it up. There's 1,500 volcanoes above ground and over 1 million in the ocean and under the ground around the world. You said that's where the gas mask gonna come in at. We just talked about all of the volcanoes erupting at one time. Do you realize how much sulfur that will put into the air? Could that be why a third of the plant life is going to die? Could that be where the 3 days of darkness comes from? You said like the third floor of heaven on the left side across from paradise. Listen, toxic air. If all of that falls into the ocean, it's I mean, think about this, y'all. Whatever's coming up out of the abyss, I mean, think about it. Look at it says the pinnacles of the firmament of heaven will be opened, and all the air will be filled with pillars of smoke. There will be an evil stench of volcanic brimstone. How far do the what's the tallest 4 volcanoes? And are there pinnacles above the clouds? Or if the clouds or whatever, can you not see the pinnacle of those 4? And volcanoes are erupting right now. They're waking up. The ring of fire is waking up. Earthquakes are happening as well. So this is very interesting. All right, up into the 10th. You said a volcano erupted sometime. You said I saw it on the news this morning. I think it was Hawaii. Interesting. Okay. Sister, I believe you. I know I seen somewhere else on Earth and underwater. We did. So there's more volcanoes underwater than there is that we can actually see above ground, but there's 1,500 of those. So it says, and people will say, we think the time will draw near so that we will perish. These are the signs of the 3rd day. And on the 4th day, at the 1st hour, from the land of the east, the abyss will melt and roar. Then the whole earth will be shaken by the might of the earthquake. On that day, the ornaments of the heathen and all the buildings of earth will fall by the might of an earthquake. These are the signs of the 4th day. So the big earthquake that they've been talking about, we probably gonna see. We having the tremors now. So think about it. The 7.4s and 7.8s or whatever, those are the tremors to the big one. Huh? They're the little bitty ones leading up to this one that's about to destroy a lot of the world, which is why in movies like the Book of Eli, everything was like torn up. All the buildings were rubble and broken down, bridges gone, no water. Remember, he was able to crawl down there where there should have been water at what, the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever. There was no water in that movie. They was walking across the whatever that was to get to San Francisco or whatever, because remember, he wanted to sit and look at the water. Well, not look at it, but feel it on the skin. Remember? That whatever bridge that was that took him to the coast, it was done. You said you just watched the Book of Eli the other day. Interesting. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Tony, I don't think so. Okay. All right. It says on the 5th day, at the 6th hour, suddenly there will be a great thunder in heaven, and the powers of light the angels of light and the sphere of the sun will be covered, and there will be great darkness in the world until late. And the air will be sorrowful without the sun and the moon, and the stars will cease from their work. The celestial bodies, they're not going to shine no more. Interesting. On that day, all nations will see as if they are enclosed in a sack and will despise the life of this world. These are the signs of the fifth day. So it said everybody gonna be in the dark, like we in a sack, like a black trash bag. If the four largest volcanoes go off, is that enough stuff to cover the sky for a long time, for a day or two? And it said on the four corners, so that could be more than one. But if the four largest or the 10 largest volcanoes, wherever they are situated around the world, if they were to go off, could that cover the sun and the sky from us? And nobody be able to see the sun? Could that be how the darkness is going to get here? Because if the one that they was telling us that's up here in America can cover our whatever, and the blast and the gases and stuff can reach all the way down to Texas and across and over from here to here. What's the one? Yellowstone. They said if Yellowstone go off, America, is it Yellowstone? If Yellowstone start to go off, we hit. We already did. Is it Yellowstone we did the research on? And found out how far the gases would go and how the gas would be toxic and all of that. So if Yellowstone went off, that's going to affect Canada too, right? Ain't that going to affect Canada as well? My daughter-in-law mother, I'll be praying for God to shake the earth. She don't even know what she praying for. Uh-oh. Okay. So if Yellowstone can take care of most of the United States and Canada, we did do a class on that, as well as Mexico. Oh. Okay, so again, if the 4 or 10 largest volcanoes go off simultaneously, what would that do for the skies around the world? What would that do for the breathing air? The air we breathe around the world? What would that do for the water? Would it not turn to a type of like sulfuric acid? You said it would put us in darkness. You said we've smelled the Canadian barbecue from New York City. You said, so I can only imagine. It would make our world completely uninhabitable. Interesting. Is this why people are going to be going into the mountains and underground? Because the air quality up here ain't going to be no good. Hey. Hey, something to think about, right? Could this be why people are building bunkers? You said, is this why people are trying to live on Mars? Could be, but that makes no sense because the planets are going to be shaking, shaking, shaking as well. Okay, here we go. Thank you, y'all. All right. On the sixth day, at the fourth hour, there will be a great voice in heaven, and the firmament of heaven will be split from the east up to the west. So people in the western hemisphere gonna see it, and people in the east gonna see it. Okay? Look here. It says, and the angels of heaven will be looking out upon the earth through the openings of heaven. Did you hear what I said? Here, niece, if you still here. Anybody watching his dark materials here? Here you go. It says, and the angels of heaven will be looking out upon the earth through openings of heaven. And all the people who are on the earth will see the host of angels who will be looking forth out of heaven, and then all the people will flee to the tombs and hide themselves from the faces or the face of the righteous angels. You said my toes are so balled up now. I know that. That's why I get. Rhea said, you want to bite too? Here. Right. Go on and bite it. I already know. When I say they play in our face, I knew y'all was going to look. I already knew. I'm about to yep. Well, I told y'all. You said thanks for the bite. You're welcome. Come on. It says, then other people will flee to the tombs and hide themselves from the face of the righteous angels. And they will say, they will say, would that the earth would open and swallow us. Such things are happening as never happened since the earth was created. And these are the signs of the sixth day. They're going to be trying to wishing. You said, now hold on. Let's not bite Sam. Sam he's okay with it. He understands. Listen, tell me that's not crazy. Not they're going to be picking out at us. Okay. And on the seventh day, at the 8th hour, there will be voices in the four corners of heaven. And all the air will be shaken and will be filled with holy angels. And they will make war among themselves all day long. And on that day, my elect will be sought out by the holy angels from the destruction of the world. Then all the people will see that the hour of their destruction is drawing near. And these are the signs of the seventh day. Aggressively choose lunch. You said laugh a lot. I'm sorry. Sam, let me go find something else to bite. Thunder and lightning. Y'all gonna make it till tomorrow? You are. You are. You are. You're gonna make it. I have faith in you. She said, I gotta go buy something else. I already know. Taj, we just listen. Riz, come on. Listen, I already know. Y'all know when I was reading this, I was like, what the heck? At God's appointed time. Always. Okay, here we go. And when the 7 days are finished, on the 8th day at the 6th hour, there will be a gentle and pleasant voice in heaven from the east. Then that angel will be revealed who has power over the holy angels. And You said I finished last night. I was like, you said I finished last night and was like, I need some to yell at someone. And then here we are in here. You said, but there is no one here. And look at what we're talking about today. Now you get to go. Yeah, everything be going together. Here we go. Come on, come on. Da, da, da. It says, and all the angels who will go forth with him, sitting upon chariots of the clouds of my holy Father, rejoicing and flying in the air under heaven to deliver the elect who have believed in me. And they will rejoice that the destruction of this world has come. Then they will behold me coming from above in the light of my Father with power and the honor of the holy angels. And then at my arrival, the fence of fire of paradise will be loosed, because paradise is enclosed with fire. This is the perpetual fire that consumes the globe and all the elements of the world. You said my mama hasn't watched the show. She's been at work, so I don't have anybody to get adequately excited with me. You got Danny now. That's why y'all need to be talking to your aunties and cousins. Because y'all can talk about it amongst yourselves, just not in class, because I want everybody to put their part in of what stood out to them. I want it. And look at how much is happening. Just think if we would have started discussing it prior to yesterday. Right? There's a lot of things that happened yesterday, and then look at what we're reading today. It's all falling in line. Just give it a minute. Look, we got one more day. We might even wake up in the middle of the night. Who knows how God's going to do this? Come on now. Let's get here. Let's get here. Let's get here. Come on. All right. It says, then the spirits and souls of the saints will depart from paradise, and they will come upon all the earth. And each one of them will go to his body where it is set aside. And each one of them will say, here is my body. Here my body is set aside. And when the great voice of those spirits will have been heard, then there will be a great earthquake over the entire globe. Over the entire globe. And by the power of this earthquake, the mountains will be shattered above and the rocks below. Then each spirit will return to its own vessel, and the bodies of the saints who have fallen asleep will arise. Then their bodies will be changed into the image and likeness and honor of the holy angels, and into the mighty image of my holy Father. And then they will be clothed with a garment of eternal life, and out of the cloud of light, which has never been seen in this world, and out of the cloud of light which has never been seen in this world. For that cloud comes down out of the highest realm of heaven from the might of my Father. And that cloud will envelop with its glory all the spirits who have believed in me. Then they will be clothed and will be borne by the hands of the holy angels, as I have told you before. Then they will be lifted up into the air on a cloud of light, and they will go with me, rejoicing into heaven. And then they will remain in the light and honor of my Father, and there will be great joy for them before my Father and before the holy angels. Now, you said, is that why they're saying in childbirth the ring of fire, basically too? Yeah, because it is a ring of fire, and you feel it radiating from every area of yourself. You said, what book am I reading from? New Testament Apocrypha, book 2. Sure does. All right. And afterwards the elect will have departed the created world. Then great fire will belch forth from the east and the west, and it will move the entire globe, and it will eliminate every decay and crudeness of this world. And all the spirits of the souls of the whole world will be led away by the unjust angels and be taken back into the abyss of darkness, into Satan's perpetual darkness, where there is perpetual fire in the place of darkness. There the souls of the whole world will be in torment, and they will howl like beasts, And since the Spirit descends from them, and the spirit of those people will turn back in the light of my Father. This is the book hidden in the nations of the world that Jesus Christ described. And he said to Thomas, behold, I have described to you the hidden things, so that also you describe it to my saints who have believed in me. These things will be so, and they will have this. I'm sorry, these things will be so, they will have this. In the present, they have to keep what is hidden to themselves. So God said, I only want you to give this. Jesus told him, I only want you to give this information to the people that really believe in me. And they really believe that what I said I'm going to do, I'm going to do. Okay? You hear me? You said that's what I was thinking. How ironic for us to be watching this show at this current time. Even if you've seen it already, it's something about the current time. He always do us like that. You said this is such a serious wake-up call. This story right here hit different, don't it? From fire and brimstone. Wait. Not you told them everything that was going to happen every day. But we know we read the last 15 days. I don't think it's in this book, or it might be. It's in one of our other ones. It was something similar. The last 15 days of the earth is in here too. In one of these books, you said chills up and down my spine. Yes, it does hit different. Listen. That's why I said people be trying to act like God is about to be all fluffy, and they keep talking about they ain't gonna be here. Yes, you is. God said to the ones that endure to the end, baby, you sure are gonna be here. You sure are. It's in the other one. Okay. I knew it was in one of them. So, I'm going to let y'all go. And I'm going to come back. Because we've been on here 3 hours and we was already on the other one for a while. So, I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing. Let y'all sizzle down. Go get you something so you can calm down. Because all the hair on my body keeps standing up on my dry arm. I figured that this was going to make y'all toes wiggle. You said I always leave so much. You said so? My heart and on your stomach? Okay. Okay. You're full. Mr. Gentleman, listen. You said, look. Okay. Oh, you said I always leave with my heart in my stomach. Oh, I'm sorry. You said, love y'all. I'm going back to binging to be ready for tomorrow. You said, I'm about to cook dinner, unhinge my jaw, and unclench my toes. Right. I absolutely love this class. I'm telling you. I love it. Listen, eyes is open, boy. Cheeks is tight and everything. Relax. Put your shoulders down. She said, oh my goodness. You said the story does not say anything about the rapture. It says that we will endure to the end. That part, the 15 times before judgment. No. I got you. I got you, niece. I know. I was just saying, I know it's in there. You know, in these books that we're reading is what I mean. I know it was in another one. I'm just saying it's all to get, it's lining up, ain't it? You said that's why we getting the info, because we believe, right? Because why if they won't even research? You good, pumpkin. I was just saying I know it's in this section because we read that too. But see you later, Auntie. You said I'm about to go finish watching. You said the excitement is welling up inside. It's so hard to contain. I know. And then you want to just have this little bit of... This all you want? This all you want? You don't want nothing else but this right here. We'll leave it then. Do it just... Because we need more than this. And every single time we go looking for more, it finds us, don't it? And the pieces be piecing every day. We had over 1,000 days, baby. And it ain't one day that he ain't took us all the way back, and then all the way back, and then all the way back, and then all the way back. And it's good. You said, and do, yep, yes. Listen, you said give us the whole feast. I'm trying to tell you. It's like, but get this, the hidden things. God said, I got mysteries in my word. And if you looking for them and you come looking after me, I will give you so many of them. You said my stomach hurting, fingers burning from gripping my forehead, sore from raising my eyebrows the whole time. You said, let me just go turn the show back on. I'm trying to tell you, okay. Okay, well, we probably get together this evening. We'll get together this evening. We might do it this evening. We might. We'll see how far everybody. You said blowing my mind daily, that part. So we might get back together this evening. Okay? Y'all want to? Not to talk about it just yet because some folks ain't been able to watch. We trying to give everybody the Friday. I know it's first school and all of this first weeks of school. You said I can attest to this always full circle. Anytime I wander off, I come right back where we left off. Pretty cool. You said glad to be back. I'm happy y'all back. Y'all know we be on YouTube too. Cause we had class before we got on here today. Please go follow us on Substack. I don't like saying that, but they're hiding us on all of our social media platforms. Okay. So if y'all can get to Substack, CERCA TROVA 22, or make sure you're on YouTube because we had class before this. We started class this right. We had class before this too. So sometimes I'm not on here, but I am on Substack and YouTube. Most times we're always gonna be on YouTube. You said what? Yours have because we don't be over here. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We've been on, and only reason I'm over here really, they took down whatever they took down because I had blocked it to where I couldn't even get on. And then one day it just said I could get on, so I know that means they changed all of the rules. Oh, on YouTube? Oh, I don't know. They still doing it over there too, but that's why I said go to Substack. I know it's crazy, but this how we gotta do it. They keep hiding us. They keep on hiding us. You said I don't have no more hair on top or edges to snatch. It's been 4.5 years. That part, Auntie. You said I just been biting my tongue because I don't want to get popped. Listen. Okay, I'm sorry. You said hopefully we can come back together today. You said I will be near my meds. Have a great. You said have a great rest of the evening, sister. Listen, yes. You said God wants me here. I don't know about that. Maybe, maybe not. But I won't be over here a lot because I can't teach like I want to. Over on our other social media, we don't get all the warnings and all that old weird stuff and live cut in the middle and all of that. We able to bring out all our books, show everything. So, again, our classes over there is like in 22, where I can pick up all the books, I can show everything, I can, we can do whatever we need to do over there. Over here, we can't, and that gets annoying because we'll be get right to the good part of class and then they cut it or do whatever, and I don't really have time for that. It'd be messing. You said a lot of people who need the info you've given. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, we on Substack too. You said our class is like the restaurant finger looking good and gets the free tea. That part you said, not them trying to get you back on the clock. This the thing. If it could be like it used to, but we didn't got used to a certain type of way of class being, and we can't do that over here. So we be over here for a minute, but I'm trying to tell y'all, Substack and YouTube is where you need to be. Don't, cause they playing. You said, ma'am, where are the other classes? What platform? No, over here. They're all under my lives. YouTube has the most of our content, and it's all gonna be under the live tab. It's almost 2,000 videos. That's where all, like 99.9% of our content is on YouTube. hmm His dark materials. Yeah. So 99% of my content is there. We have some on other places, but if you want like all the classes, they're there. Most of them. Some of them are on fan base and other places. If you type in Circle Trouble 22, it'll probably bring it up. I don't know if it'll bring up, hey Pumpkin. You said we've been getting it in. We still been studying pretty much every day. Even if we don't come together like whatever, we still been in. So that's we still been learning and still been Yeah, but I told y'all. You said yes. I'm sort of Israel moved to YouTube as well. Okay, I don't know who that is. It's a lot of people leaving from over here because exactly what I told y'all they was doing to me. Everybody talking about it now. They can't post their videos. People can't find them. I got tired of that. I ain't got time. I'm because I want to teach. You said thank you, ma'am. My mom watches you all the time. I want to learn more so I can tell my friends at school what I learned. How old are you? Oh shoot, we got us a baby. Not the mama that reeled in the baby fish. Tell your mama high five. How old are you? Um you're 12? Hi. Hi, Pumpkin, and I am so happy that you didn't I tell y'all these kids wanna know? Did you hear that? Them old people stuck in their ways. God is reaching out. Ooh, baby. Listen, you said I'm going to the 7th grade this September on the 16th. Oh, Pumpkin. Have your mama send me y'all address on an email. Tell your mama to send me y'all address. Don't put it here. Tell your mom to email me your address, okay? Welcome, Pumpkin. We got a new TT baby. Have your mom when you get a chance just word I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Yes. Ooh. The old people don't want to hear these babies like, oh no, I need to tell my friends that the world is coming to it. I need to tell them. Yeah. See, y'all be talking about they ain't listening. No, they listening. Just what are you saying? Is what I want to know. Yes. Yes. 12? My daddy is spreading the word. I'm excited. That's a good note to get off on. That's a good note to get off on. I'm about to go. I love y'all. Ah, shoot. See what happens? That make me smile real big on the inside. I love y'all. I'm about to go. Made my day too. Cause the folks, you said I'm cheesing so hard. That part. Come on, Rika. Listen. Y'all swear up and down these kids don't want to know they do. They just tired of y'all trying to get them mashed up spaghetti. They don't want that. They want something that tastes nice. You said just melting inside. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I can tell my friend. Shoot, my friends need to know all this stuff. Hello. I love y'all.